Hey guys, James here again with another video, but today we're going to be doing something a little bit different from the usual Civ 6 content. Today, I'm going to be playing Old World, an historical 4X game developed by Mohawk Games and Soren Johnson, who was one of the lead designers for Civ 4. Don't worry, I still plan on releasing Civ 6 content, but I got an offer I just couldn't refuse. The marketing team reached out to me to try out their new expansion, Heroes of the Aegean. To the Civ fans, Old World is like if you took the ancient and classical eras of Civ and combined it with the dynasty aspects of Crusader Kings. I'll include a card in the top right with a review of Old World on my other channel, in case you're interested in learning more about the game. I personally really love Old World, and I think it does a number of pretty unique things with the 4X genre. Also, just an FYI, Old World is officially coming to Steam and GOG, I believe May 19th, and this expansion, Heroes of the Aegean, will be free to claim in the first 2 weeks of that date. So if you like what you see, definitely give the game a look. But alright, let's dive into this. So today we're going to be showing off the new expansion, and I believe the main thing that they added are these new scenarios. Heroes of the Aegean right here. And it goes through a number of historical battles. The first one we have here in the prologue is the Battle of Marathon. Here we have, I believe, the story of 300, so the Battle of Thermopylae. I believe they also include the Battle of Salamis, as well as, I can't remember the last battle that took place, but basically that whole Peloponnesian War. No, was it the Peloponnesian War? I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. Here in part 3, we play as Macedon with Philip II. The fourth part here is going to be about Queen Olympias, having to deal with the political intrigue, especially as Alexander's still growing up. The fifth one is not officially out yet, but it is going to be around Alexander's conquests. And then the sixth one is going to be about the death of Alexander and the splitting of his kingdom. But for now, let's just start with the prologue. I think that'll be a good place to start off and just show some of the basics. Obviously, this is a crafted scenario, so it might not get everything you need in the game. So again, check out my review on the other channel if you are interested in learning more about the different mechanics that the game has. But I'll definitely cover some as I discuss here. So let's start this up. All right, we're officially loaded in. For decades, Greece and Persia have been bitter rivals, with the young Persian Empire expanding west under King Darius. 9 years ago, Greek cities of Ionia revolted against Persian rule, and the revolt soon turned into a prolonged war between the two powers. Persia prevailed, and Darius decided to conquer all of Greece, and to especially punish Atheni for helping the Ionians revolt. 2 years ago, a large Persian fleet invaded Greece, and the Persian general Mardonius, most trusted by Darius, embarked on his campaign of subjugation. We've recently received word that Persia intends to assault Atheni directly, a battle we are not prepared to fight. We would gather what forces we have in preparation. We will prepare. So one of the big things about Old World, and now that we're actually in the game, first you'll notice that the world, it's a little bit, the graphics maybe not as nice as Civ 6. Not a huge deal. It's a little bit like Civ 5 looking. And I will point out that the game sometimes does have a couple of performance issues here and there, but nothing too major. And one of the big things you'll notice here on the left, I have a character that I'm playing as. I am currently Callimachus the Intrepid. Basically, in Old World, and when I said it kind of pulls in parts of Crusader Kings, you play as a leader who has their own heirs and whatnot. And you have to deal with different families, different people who might be coming into your world, and you need to be able to manage relationships. See, if I hover over this guy, he has an opinion of me being upset right here. And so everyone is going to be a little bit different. Everyone has different stats, as you can see here as well. And so yeah, I think that's one of the things that really makes Old World really unique, and I really like it a lot. So here we see that some Persian ships are at our coasts, and we are at Atheni. I believe that should be Athens. Meanwhile, up here we have Plataea. Don't really know them. I guess they're a minor city-state. And down here we have Sparta, who, if you know the story of this battle, we're going to try to request help from Sparta, and we'll see what happens. So one of the big things you'll see, let's start off with this. Let's hit some next units here. A couple of different units here. We got some archers, some chariots, as well as some hoplites. And one of the big things you'll notice when I select this unit, for example, you'll see that each unit has a couple different ranges that they can travel. And essentially what Old World does is they have what's called the order system. So essentially to represent the administrative ability of your kingdom, you have a limited number of orders every turn of what you can really do. So for example, if I move this guy here, that's going to take 1 order. So now I only have 7 moves left. So I see that people are going to start coming this way. So let's just start moving some troops up, getting into ready positions. It is a scenario, so I think it's going to give us certain things we have to accomplish. So for now, let's just move things up, get ready for war. Let's go there. And with this horseman, let's keep the horseman in the center, just so he can be ready to swing either way if we need to. Alright, so now that we have used up all our orders, we can end our day. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, you have started a goal. Block the exits from the plain of Marathon within 3 turns. Persia has just landed an invasion force under the command of Datis near the town of Marathon. He commands a sizable cavalry force with foot soldiers in support, and it's clear that the Persians intend to attack Athens, as Marathon poses little interest. We stand little chance against Datis' forces, but there's an opportunity. Persians may not have been aware that the plain of Marathon, where they landed, only has 2 paths out. One is the southbound road towards Lorien, and the other leads to the hills of Athens. If we rush to block these 2 exits, the Persians will be unable to mount a quick assault, buying us time. Meanwhile, Athens assembles a war council of the most distinguished strategoi, among them the highly respected Miltiades and the honorable Aristides. With each strategos taking turns to command the army for a day, overall command will fall to Polemarch Callimachus, the Intrepid, that's me, who has been elected by the citizenry. Start goal: block the exits from the plain of Marathon. Persia has numbers, but we have organization. Alright, so it's telling us to go to these 2 spots here. So we want to get our forces there within 3 turns. So let's start getting set up. Start moving our guys over. I want to make sure we have plenty of coverage. Again, limited number of orders, but the orders do grow. As you can see here, the plus 14. So next turn I'm going to have 14 orders. Let's get these guys set up here and be ready to fight. I'm going to move this guy all the way this way so that I can get 2 spearmen here and 2 spearmen here. Meanwhile, with these archers, I'm going to move this horseman here, actually. Like I said, I want him in the center to be able to swing to either direction. And with this archer, let's move 1 here, and let's move 1 here. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this city. We're currently producing a hoplite. I think it did that by default for us already. But essentially what we have here, one, we have a governor in Athens. Again, with different stats that you have, it'll give your city different bonuses and boosts. And then there's going to be 3 different ways of growing. In this scenario, there's only 2 right now. But they have growth, which is for civilian units. So think settlers, builders, whatnot. They have training, which is for military units. So warriors, hoplites, archers, whatever it may be. And the last one they have is called civics, basically to help boost the city's growth and whatnot. Within the city also, there's a number of things we can work. So you can see there's already things built for us, and I think for this scenario we don't have to worry too much about it. I think it's more about the war. But here we have, for example, you can see in the bottom here, there's tooltips that show what we have here. But for example, here we have a shrine of Athena. Here we have a barracks. We have a couple barracks, which give us more training points, which allows us to produce units quicker. You can also put units on these spots in order to give them additional power, give them promotions and whatnot. And we'll explain that in a bit. You'll also notice that these units, they take different resources to build, and so there's a market system. If you ever played the game Old World Trading Company, which is actually developed by the same developers, Mohawk Games, they have a really cool market system where you can buy and sell different resources in the open market. So you're going to be, with certain buildings, you can obviously get more metal, more stone, more wood, and whatever, and then you just build things using that income. But if I need to, for example, if I want more wood, I could buy wood here, for example, for 2 gold. All right, so I think that is most of our moves for today. We still have a couple days before we need to block that area. All right, so let's bring an archer all the way over here. Let's get this guy in position, and we're gonna fortify these guys for now. I don't want them all quite there yet, but I do want my guys at the ready. Does this guy go any further? Nope. All right, so this is what I'll do. I'll have horsemen and an archer at each spot. And since we still have another day or two, I'll let this hoplite finish up just so we can be ready. One other cool thing you might notice, so for example, I have this symbol right here. This basically signifies that I have a general on this unit. Basically, the general, again, based on whatever stats they have. And I'll explain the stats real quick, actually, now that I think about it. So the first one is Wisdom. Here you can see it gives you... Here, you get Wisdom, which, depending on your role and whatever you're doing, you get certain bonuses based on that. Here you have Charisma. Again, depending on your role, it'll do different things. Here you have Courage. Again, depending on your role, it does different things. And then finally, you have... let me take that one out. Finally, we have Discipline, which again does different things depending on what role you decide to put people in. So one of the big things that you're going to be doing all game is, figuring out who's good at what. Should I assign this person as a governor? Should I assign this person as a general? Yada, yada, yada. So we're going to end up with 2 extra orders, which is not a big deal. In the normal game, I think these orders actually will go to waste. Although there are some upgrades that can kind of change that, but for now we're just getting set up. So I'm just gonna hit space for these guys. Let's actually. Oh, that guy's already fortified. We're good here. Actually, can I promote some of these guys? Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah. So as you can see here, by spending some training, which I have up here, and you can see. There's science, civic, training, as well as luxuries, but we don't need to worry about that for now. But here we can upgrade different things. Let's see, they got a lot of horsemen, a lot of archers, a lot of spearmen. So let's upgrade. Let's see what combat does. And one of the awesome things that I really like about this game, as you've probably been noticing, is if you middle click your mouse, you'll be able to see the different tooltips. And I think this is something that Old World does so well. It's actually amazing how good they are about this. And I think a lot of games should probably try to learn from them, because one of the biggest barriers to 4X is just how difficult it is to learn everything, right? And as I'm sure if you come to my channel, that's probably one of the reasons you want to learn about the game. So I think that's just something that I would love to see if Civ 6 could do something similar. Here, let's just upgrade more combat, I guess. And I'll upgrade the rest of these guys next turn, I think, because I want to get my spearmen some more experience as well. So let's end the day. Oh yeah, and upgrading actually took some orders as well. So yeah, let's move this guy up here. I'll actually promote him too. It's only 10 points, so that should be pretty easy. Let's go with tough. And over here, let's promote these guys. Let's do combat as well. And here. So this side it's mainly horsemen, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take advantage of shield bearer here. So again, let's just go combat. But I do think we do need to get this goal done. I don't want to risk seeing what happens if it goes to 0. It might still work on the 0 day, but for now, let's... Oh, actually, real quick, let's start working on another hoplite. And yeah, let's move over this guy over here. We've blocked the exits from the plain of Marathon. We've rushed to block the exits from Persian landing area. Enemy scouts have certainly spotted our movements, but for whatever reason, there's no significant movement from the Persian forces. Whether their delay is part of some strategy or mere uncertainty from field commanders, Persia cannot keep its army at the field camp indefinitely, and when they choose to attack, Greek forces blocking the paths will likely not be enough. Athenae cannot stand alone. It must request assistance from Sparta, famous for its proficient and disciplined military. If Spartans send some of their troops, the joint force could be enough to repel the Persian attack. We must immediately dispatch a messenger to Sparta, informing them of the Persian army near Marathon. If Athenae falls, Sparta will not be safe much longer, something their leaders also understand. So, we need to send our runner, and of course, if you're familiar with the history here, this is the Battle of Marathon, and this is where the idea of the marathon came. So basically, this runner we're about to send, which we see right here, Fedipides the Hero, is the fastest runner in all of Greece, best poised to deliver a message to Sparta. He's ready to embark on his run right away and will request military assistance we need to defend Greece from invaders. So in case you didn't know, this is essentially how the idea of the marathon came to be. This guy, how do we pronounce his name? Where is it? Fedipides the Hero. He's gonna make this epic run all the way down to Sparta, and that was basically the first marathon. And since then, that's how we've remembered it. So I'm just gonna send this guy all the way over. Look how much range the units have in this game. That's one of the crazy things about this game, which kind of makes it really difficult if I'm being honest. Just the sheer range that units can travel. Yeah, see that guy, very fast. Meanwhile, over here, let's get some more promotions in. Ooh, what's strike? Attack strength. Okay. Yeah, let's do strike. Promote him. And let's also promote. Oh, we don't have enough points. All right. But yeah, once we get to the actual battle, I'll explain some cool stuff about the units and whatnot. But for now, don't worry about it too much. Meanwhile, let's see. Can I fit this guy anywhere else? Doesn't really seem like it. I have another general here as well. But let's just move these guys a little bit. Just get some better positioning if we can. And I think we're probably good for this turn. Alright, so let's go back to our scout over here. He's got to make it all the way down to Sparta. Let's keep him running. And meanwhile, everyone else here... let me see if I can add another general. We have quite a few dudes. So we have Aristides the Just. He's immune to critical hits. Low courage though, so he'll bring down our attack strength a bit. We also have him. If same unit is adjacent, plus 50% if flanking. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign Aristides to... Oh, I don't have enough points. Whoops. Alright. We'll wait a little bit before we assign the rest of the generals, because I do want to make sure to get generals on both my other spearmen, especially that one guy, Callimachus. That's me, actually. I want to put myself because basically if I'm next to another hoplite, I'm going to be able to get adjacency bonuses, so I do want to wait for enough points there. Now that I see that I probably shouldn't have spent so much on my upgrades just now, but it's okay. Not a big deal. So let's just pause these guys. And let's end the day. Alright, so back here. Oh, I sent him totally in the wrong direction, didn't I? Yeah, I sent him down. Is this really what Greece is shaped like? I guess when you're kind of zoomed in like that, I guess it makes more sense. But yeah, let's keep moving him over. Oh, he took a little detour, had to use the bathroom, you know, somewhere. And yeah, again, let's keep our units paused, wait for this other hoplite to be ready as well. Let's end the day. Alright, over here, let's add a general. Let's put Aristides. He is now assigned to this unit. And then in a turn or two, we should be able to assign another general. Meanwhile here, back at home, let's make another hoplite. Always good to have a classic hoplite. And let's also move this guy over here. I'm going to move my horseman back a tad and move this other hoplite over. And move this hoplite up. That way they can all be ready. And yeah, this doesn't look... This looks like a pretty crazy force. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight that. But the Greeks did it somehow, so we're about to find out. So, I don't want to go into Athens just yet, so let's go to this sheep. And one of the things that you'll see with... maybe not in this one, since it is a scenario and I'm also really far, but with scouts, what you can do is harvest resources around the map to give yourself different bonuses like food and whatnot. But for now, just gonna chill over there, just outside of Sparta. You know, get a little bit of a drink in, and just chill a little bit. And everyone else here, we can pause. Next day. All right. And here, can I add a general yet? 100 points. Wait, that just changed, right? Am I crazy? Oh. It's probably because I'm spending training to build the hoplite. That's probably why it slowed down a bit. Alright, all good. So, over here, or let's enter the city. Fedipides the Hero has run the distance to Sparta in less time than anyone in recorded history and delivered our plea for help. So Fedipides here just set a world record for the speed run, Athens to Sparta. Spartans would like to see Persia defeated and are ready to assist us, but no sooner than in a fortnight. Fortnight, I forget, is that 2 days, 20 days? I forget exactly. Sparta is currently celebrating the local festival of Carneia, which is of such importance that no military action may ever be undertaken during the festival. Nothing Fedipides says can change the mind of the Spartans. Their army will not march towards Marathon before the next full moon. After a period of rest, Fedipides will return, but he will do so alone, as the fate of Greece lies in the balance. The Spartans will not stop feasting, even to save Greece. How did they ever become a major power? Ooh, throwing a little bit of shade. You've completed a goal, send the runner from Athens to deliver the message. And one of the really awesome things that all Old World does in general is called events, where you can make decisions and things like that, and they affect how things will happen. Certain things can happen with your leaders and whatnot, so I think that's really, really awesome. Alright, so now we just need to wait for the strategy to reach a decision. So in the meantime, again, we can chill out. Need our units to relax, hopefully get a couple more points. That way I can add our new general in. So let's end the day. As the strategoi are discussing plans for how to best defend Athens against Persia, whose forces are still camped out, an unexpected message arrives from the nearby polis of Plataea. They will send their most able-bodied men to fight Persia alongside our troops. Plataea is but a small city that has fewer soldiers than Athens and certainly fewer than Sparta, but any allied troops are going to be a huge help, definitely. Strategoi Miltiades is keen to attack the Persians and is encouraging the final battle plans to be drawn up. We still do not know why Persia has not attacked first, but it does not seem likely they will wait for Spartan forces to arrive. This is unexpected, but very welcome news. Okay, so here we see losing to legitimacy made an alliance with a tribe. We gained a mercenary hoplite as well as some units. Basically, in the game, there are what's called tribes. Think of them as essentially barbarians in a sense, but they have their own political leaders and whatnot. So here, for example, is there one I can go to here? I'm not sure. But usually they have their own leaders as well, and they kind of just do their own thing. They sit up and take territory, and your plan is eventually that you do want to destroy them. But again, for this scenario, not a huge deal. So here, again, let's just... Alright, so we did get a hoplite here, so what I'm going to do is move this hoplite over now, actually. And he does have a promotion, so let's see what we can get here. Let's get Horsebane, just in case, for all those horsemen. And then here, let's move him up. And we'll have these guys fortify. Yeah, I think otherwise, again, I think we're just chilling for now, since they're still awaiting a decision. And next turn, we should be able to add a new general and have an additional hoplite. Since I have these extra dudes, I think I can move them. So let's move this militia up to here, I guess. Move this guy up to here, and move our other archer over here. And then let's end our day. Oh, okay. So the Plataeans decided to just go in. Now's the time to strike. The Persians have revealed their plan. Persian cavalry has boarded ships. Oh, that's good to know, although I kind of wasted an upgrade just now. Which set sail along the coast. That is certainly an attempt to bypass our land blockade and reach Athenae by water. Without Sparta fighting by our side, we cannot muster enough forces to defend two directions, so our only move is to attack Persian troops at Marathon now. With the honorable men from Plataea ready to spill blood defending a city that isn't theirs, we can and must prevail. Time for the Stratozoid to put their actions into plan. Alright. It's time. Alright, so we already got a first strike in. And so one of the things you'll notice about Old World is that the combat is quite different. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So first, let's move this guy. Let's move him one space, and let's add ourselves, Callimachus, to this. I know we're becoming a little bit late, but I do want to be able to move these troops in ASAP. But okay, so one of the awesome things that the game does is they have a very different combat system from the normal Civ combat. And so it is a little bit hard to get used to, I will admit, at first. But with enough practice, you can definitely get there. And you can do a lot of pretty crazy things if you know how to use the tactics correctly. So, for example, with our hoplites and any spearman units, one of the big things that we're able to do is when they attack, they actually attack the closest unit the most, but then the units behind them will also take a little bit of damage. So for example, you just saw this guy, the Plataean, he attacked this guy, but also did a little bit of damage through him. Meanwhile, these ships are over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get our spearmen on a nice surround. Thinking this spot. Thinking that spot. So watch. So as you can see here, one of the big things you'll also notice is that the game is very attack focused. So here you'll see I only take a little bit of damage back for doing a lot of damage to him. So boom. Oh. Miltiades, oh my goodness. This day's commander of the army has long been ready to give the attack order. Of the 10 Stratozoid, the votes are split evenly on whether to attack now or wait reinforcements, but Miltiades convinced Callimachus the Intrepid that offense is the only option. With Callimachus casting the decisive vote, the Battle of Marathon has begun. So yeah, I just did some damage to him. I'm going to attack these guys. I'm going to attack them. And then I'm going to attack them. So meanwhile, these horsemen, and I'll explain what the horsemen can do in a second. Oh, I'm actually out of orders. Alright, so this is actually a great time to explain some more things that are pretty useful to know, actually. So one of the awesome things that Old World has is an undo button. Oh man, you hit Control-Z and your unit can go back. So if you decide like, hey, I don't like what that order just did, you can pull your units back as needed. And yeah, and that way You don't have to necessarily commit to certain moves. And it's especially helpful if you have a lot of stuff going on. So let's build a hoplite here. We only have one more move here. So I'm thinking let's start moving more of our hoplites up, and let's end the day. Oh man, they're really bashing down on that one guy. That's not great. Oh, severely wounded. Oh yeah, and see, archers can shoot from really far away in this game as well. Looks like we may have just lost one of our generals. That's okay. This fight's gonna... See, I didn't do a great job planning here. I didn't realize I had such limited orders here. So it probably would have been smart for me to move all my guys up a little bit instead of what I did here. Aristides the Just, the other hoplite I sent, or the other guy I assigned, has been severely wounded. Miltiades has been severely wounded. So basically, if you lose a general, they'll leave the area and then they'll come back to your character thing. But okay, so definitely a small mistake there, but it's okay. Let's get the surround in. And so let's also show off what some of these guys can do. So for example, I'm gonna attack him first, and then with a horseman, what the horseman can do, which is really cool, is if they kill a unit, they have what I believe is called, let me see, rout. It's called rout. Can attack again after combat. So if I kill this guy, I should be able to attack again, although I don't know why it didn't let me. So I guess I'll attack this guy. I guess I can't. All right, so I just lied. I don't know if it was because of I reached my movement max or something. Maybe that's what happened. But regardless, let's keep the onslaught on. Let's focus that guy down. Let's bring this other horseman in. Take out that guy. Okay, there we go. Rout. So he routed him. Moves over there, and now I can attack another guy if I want. But let's first see if I can maybe attack with anyone else first. Let's bring this archer over. And again, archers have really long range in this game. So for example, let's so the route is here, right? So let's hit those guys. Did a little bit of damage. Do I have anyone? I only have one other move, so I'm going to attack with my route here. And yeah, let's end the day. It looks like they are focusing down the Plataean people. That's decent for me. Help them take some of the damage because I lost 2 of my generals, which less than ideal, obviously. All right, 17 moves. Let's bring this guy up, or let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is attack. So this guy can do a decent chunk, and this guy can kind of rout. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this guy up here so that he can attack through there. Kind of route that. Oh, it's probably not the best move. Then I'm gonna send this guy around. Get the surround here. Then I'm going to attack him. Attack that. Wear them down. Boom. Slaughtered that guy. Then, as you can see, there's a lot of zone of control, which is not allowing me to move units in certain areas. So here with this hoplite, I think I'm just going to take this guy out. And then with this horseman, horseman can ignore zone of control, by the way, which is why he has so much free reign everywhere. Let's see who I can do a lot of damage to here. Let's go here. Attack that. Let's attack that. How many more moves we got? 2. Let's move him up. And move them up as well. Alright, I think that's the end of our day. Alright, unit's taking a bit of a bashing. Not a big deal though. They're just targeting the new fresh hoplite, which is good. This horseman looks close to dying. Alright. So, let's first rout this guy. That way, we just have less to deal with. Although, I guess I probably could have just used this guy to attack it, but the route's cooler. Attack him. And let's rout him. And as you can tell, because of, like, you know, these guys can attack through multiple things. These guys can rout. These guys can do certain things. Attack order is also very important in the game. So yeah, let's first move this guy up in case they get any adjacency bonus, which I believe my general does. So I'm gonna attack him. Oh, and he hit a critical there. So killed those guys, which is nice. Let's also shoot over there. Bring him up. Bam. And bam. You know what, these guys, let's attack them. With these guys, get the surround in. Bam. And I can't rout them. It's okay. With the archers here, can I hit this? Yep. That's a kill. And then, looks like we only have this other hoplite. I think we might have finished the hoplite here as well. But I don't think we're going to need him. So let's just bring this guy up. The boats are just chilling there, watching as their entire army gets destroyed. Back here, let's make another hoplite. And let's end the day. Looks like our chariot was killed, unfortunately. But it's okay. They're pretty much dead at this point. Just letting the Plataeans get a couple more shots in. And let's go in for the final surround. So, move them there. Let's get the adjacency bonus. Move them there. Move them there. Move them here. Oh, I can't even reach from there, so it's okay. Bam. Bam. Oh, and I didn't get to read that last message. Oh, no, here it is. Victory is ours. Persian flanks were no match for our disciplined hoplites, and the Persian center had no hope once surrounded. As Greece routed the enemy, a small number of Persians made it to their ships. Mardonius, the warrior of Persia, ordered all remaining forces to return to Persia. Greek casualties were few, but included some prominent citizens. Strategos Cynaegerus ran into the water during the Persian retreat, grabbed onto a trireme and attempted to pull it back, but had his hand cut off by an enemy soldier and died. Callimachus the Intrepid, which I believe is myself, was one of the last Greeks to die, struck by a spear as he was chasing a retreating soldier. Oh man, what was I doing? What was I doing? Fedipides was also present at the battle, and upon seeing Greece victorious, he once again embarked on a run, this time from Marathon to Athenae. Fedipides delivered word of our victory, and having uttered... Is that victory? Is that what that's supposed to say? We win. Died of exhaustion. Greece will not fall to King Darius, but the conflict with Persia is surely not over, and Mardonius remains a threat for as long as he lives. Won the game. Today we won. One day we know Persia will return. But yeah, that's the scenario. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Definitely very cool. As a lover of history, obviously, it's awesome to see this stuff. So if you guys did like this, definitely let me know down below. I can definitely play more of this if you guys want to see more. If not, definitely, again, check out my review. Check out the actual game on Steam, on Epic. It's actually available on Epic right now. They did have like an exclusivity thing. So if you want to play now and don't want to wait the extra month, you can get it on Epic Games. But again, It's going to be out on Steam and GOG, I believe May 19th, as well as this expansion, which should be free to claim for the first 2 weeks after. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And as usual, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.